How's it going, Guardians? Shifty here, and today I'm back with another Legend Lost Sector guide. Now, I've already released an easy guide for the Perdition Legend Lost Sector in Season of the Lost. However, I found a weapon setup that's a little bit more efficient and reliable in clearing this lost sector. So I decided to make another guide just in case this one could help you out. Now, on the day that I'm releasing this video, the Perdition Legend Lost Sector is dropping exotic chest armor. That means it's a great day to farm for things like Mantle of Battle Harmony, Cuirass of the Falling Star, or Raiden Flux. I will be showing you a full run with live commentary on all three classes. Before I get into it, if you end up enjoying the video, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. Alright, so for my Warlock run, I went with Chaos Reach and Geomag Stabilizers. On my Titan run, I went with Thunder Crash and Heart of Inmost Light. And on my Hunter, I went with Bottom Tree Arc Strider and Raiden Flux. As for my weapons and armor mods, they're the same on all three classes, so I'm just going to show you them once on my Warlock. For my kinetic weapon, I have the 7th Seraph Carbine Auto Rifle. You could really use whatever kinetic auto rifle you want here. Xur is currently selling the exact roll that I'm using in this video. Then for my energy weapon, I have the Trinity Ghoul Arc Bow, and this is for Overload champions and the many arc shields you'll find in this Legend Lost sector. Not only that, but it gets a 50% damage boost because Arc Burn is on. Then for my heavy weapon, I have the Bequest Arc Sword from the Deepstone Crypt raid. This is going to be used to take out some Minotaurs, maybe some Wyverns, and you can also use it on the boss. This will also get that 50% damage boost from Arc Burn. Now, if you don't have this sword, you could always go with something like Temptation's Hook. It won't work quite as well, but it should get the job done just fine. And for my armor mods, as I already mentioned, they're the same on all three classes, so I'm just going to show them to you once on my Warlock. I'll quickly show you each piece of armor, and if you need to see anything in more detail, just pause the video. Alright, and that is it for my loadout in this one. Now, let's jump right into it. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do in this lost sector is go ahead and take out the Harpy off to the right here. Then I'm going to push forward a little bit with my sword and go for this Hydra. When the Hydra's done, I'm going to finish off some of these Harpies here. If a Minotaur does push you, you can just use your sword even though it has a void shield. Got a glitched out Hydra body there. But Trinity Ghoul should make this room pretty straightforward. I'm going to keep bowing this Overload Minotaur until the next stun, then I'm going to use my sword. Now we can move on to the next room. As you can see, Trinity Ghoul is an efficient weapon for clearing out that room. I'm gonna backtrack here now. We have another Minotaur pushing, so I'm going to pull my sword out. There we go. Next up, I'm going to try to take out this barrier champion here. Waiting for it to barrier again. That took a lot longer than it should have. Next up, we should have some Wyverns spawning. I'm going to go ahead and super these since I'm going to be using my sword on the boss. There we go. That worked out pretty well. So I did get the stun off on this barrier champion here. And now the boss is going to spawn. Hopefully I heal in that time. I'm going to throw a grenade down where the boss should be. Then I'm going to go ahead and sword it. And then as soon as the boss is down, I'm going to head for the chest. And there we have it. That is a platinum completion of the Perdition Legend Lost Sector on a Warlock. Now if you get really efficient using this strategy, you can clear this lost sector even faster than I did. Anyway, now I want to show you a full run on a Titan and a Hunter as well. Alright, this run is going to be quite similar to my Warlock run, so I'm going to start off by going for the Harpy on the right hand side there, and then heading right up here to go for this Hydra. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to take the Hydra out, but I'm going to go for these Harpies here now. I'm going to try not to die in the process. And I'm going to wait for that Minotaur to come on over here. Use my sword on it. Since I'm using a sword, I don't need any void damage, even though match game is on. I have a lightning rod arrow ready for this next wave of enemies. I'm going to go ahead and stun the champion right off the bat. And try to clear out the remaining enemies in the room. Then, when I get that second stun, I'm going to go ahead and use my sword. And that room was easy enough. Now we can move on to the next room. In this one, I'm going to start off by taking off some of these regular enemies. I'm going to try to get the attention of the Overlord Minotaur so I can lure it over here. I forgot to go for the stun first. There's a stun. And I was able to take it out from relative safety. We do still have the Hydra left. I'm going to wait for the shield to rotate. Spawn the next wave of enemies here. As you can see, there are two wyverns and this Minotaur. I'm going to try to lure this wyvern over here. I'm going to peek out a little bit there. Use my sword against it. I'm going to try to lure the other wyvern over here. And use my sword against this as well. And then I'm going to try to get to cover. Clear out some of these goblins here and then go for the barrier champion. When the barrier champion is stunned, I want to head up and use my sword again. I'm going to toss a grenade here. Just wanted to get the champion to barrier fast. That's why I went with my sword. And now we have the boss fight. So for the boss fight, I'm going to go ahead and super with Thunder Crash. And immediately after that, I'm going to head straight for the chest. And there we have it. That's a platinum completion of the Perdition Legend Lost Sector on a Titan using Trinity Ghoul. Now all I have left to show you is a run on a Hunter using Trinity Ghoul. Alright, since people like to see completions on their respective class, I'm back on a Hunter. So again, I'm going to take that initial Harpy on the right out. And then head over here to try to take out this Hydra. I did 2 light attacks and a heavy attack there for reference. I'm going to go ahead and clear the rest of the room out. I'm going to lure the Minotaur over to me. Now wait for this wave of enemies to spawn. So it looks like I pretty much hit all of the enemies in the room besides the Overlord Minotaur. So I'm going to stun that and then use my sword. Again, as I already mentioned in the other runs, I'm going to focus on these other enemies first. My goal is going to be to try to lure this Overlord Minotaur to me. I want to go ahead and stun it. Forgot to do that. Next on the agenda is I want to clear out the remaining enemies in the room. Looks like I got an exotic there. If you didn't see, there is a Minotaur. It should be coming my way. Have my sword ready for it. So I don't necessarily want to go for this champion right now, but I'm going to try, I guess. Reason being is the wyverns didn't spawn yet, but I'm going to go ahead and super at this point. If you didn't know, you can actually stun lock barrier champions just like that. And I should have enough super energy to go for this wyvern yet. And I can even start the boss fight with a little bit of super energy as well. And as you can see, I had enough super energy to even clear the boss fight out. I was doing the light, heavy combo that you can do with Arc Strider, so that made me do quite a bit more damage. Anyway, that's a platinum completion of the Perdition Legend Lost Sector on a Hunter. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did, remember to like and subscribe. I just want to thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.